Alright, here goes Thog now. I need protection from Thog. You think as you make your way towards the winding stairs of the outer ring, towards the Leering Virgin Inn. Kriya probably has the amulet with her and your protection. How could Egra allow herself to be stolen, you think? I was a good champion. No, I was a great champion. Together we slew Thog's godling. What has Kriya done? Egra should have smote Kriya as soon as that witch touched the chain, just like before. Suppose you're getting ahead of yourself. Kriya may not have taken the amulet at all. Either way, you need to find her. Even if she did not take it, she might know who did. After all, she was the first person who you know of that was around you while you were unconscious. Kriya's room at the inn seems like the best place to. I highly doubt Kriya is at the inn. I would think Kriya is still in the castle, but regardless. Kriya's room at the inn seems like the best place to start. If she stole the amulet, you'd be shocked if she was just lying around her room reading her witch spellbooks. Even if she is gone, maybe there's a clue there of where she went. The streets near the Leering Virgin Inn are beginning to bustle, although few people are going into the inn itself at this hour. Still just barely morning. You walk into one of the surprisingly clean windows to look in. You have a good view inside. There are no bars on these ground level windows. Since like most inns, it runs all throughout the night. There are no point in breaking in through the window if you can walk through the front door. There's a scattering of patrons inside. One older man collapsed on the table, his long white beard pinned up over his face, giving you a twinge of anxiety for the man that he's suffocating inside. A waitress you don't recognize is leisurely wiping a table. Behind the bar is Pyria. By the way, where is my elven bow? And like, I have a sword. Like, what sword do I have? Do I have the Alathian sword? The paladin sword I picked up? Maybe that I have, but I'm not 100% sure. Behind the bar is Pyria, the half. Oh, for fuck's sake, if the half elf is here. The half elf you had your liaison with nights ago. I don't even remember that. So that was just a troublesome event rather than a pleasurable one. That led to more than enough drama for you. Lean away from the window, lean against the wall, and consider the best way to enter Kriya's room. First thought is to simply walk up to the stairs and knock. If she's there, you can confront her, but really, you'd rather catch her completely by surprise. Unfortunately, left your lockpick somewhere. Hard to say where with the last few days being such a blur. Kyria. So by the way, is Kriya's enchantment on me gone now? The fucking little bewitchment she did on me? Hopefully it is. Hard to say where the last few days being such a blur. Pyria probably has keys. Maybe you could convince her to let you use it just once. Give her another dose of Rooster charm, or you could use your excellent climbing skills to go over the roof into Kriya's room as you did a few nights ago. I highly doubt it's a good idea to go up the roof in like broad daylight. Let's try to convince Pyria to give you the key. Before you can think better of it, you steel yourself and quickly enter the inn. Pyria sees you immediately. Her eyes widen and her head jerks slightly. Her lips part. You nod at her, smile, and point towards the stairwell. You hurry to the stairs. You ascend the stairway, 3 stairs at a time. You check the hallway above. Everything is quiet. Down the stairs, you see Pyria looking up at you on the bottom, her expression uncertain. You mention to her to come up to you as you climb down. You meet in the middle, outside of both the common room below and the hallway above. You must be half mad to show your face here, she says in a harsh whisper. Actually, I'm completely mad, but you know that already. You say, extend. I was thinking he's saying that more aggressively. I guess he's not. Actually, I'm completely mad, but you know that already. You say, extending your smile. Gently put your hand on her arm. It's good to see you. I missed you. Last part was a lie. Although you're fond enough of Pyria, you've been far too busy as of late to miss anyone. That is true. Her lips become a hard line. She pulls her arm away from your fingers as her eyes flash. Why are you here? What do you say? I'm here to ask you of a favor. Yeah, let's just be straight. I'm here to ask you a favor. You say, a favor, she says, gritting her teeth. Yes, you say, looking down at the floor. Not that you owe me anything. She throws a punch. With your head down in your apologetic posture, you're only able to partially dodge it. Her fist hits your cheek rather than your nose. Reel back, try to leap up the stairs to retreat, but your heels catch onto the lip of the stair, and you fall onto your behind. As you put your hands up in surrender, she smiles and says, I did owe you that. I agreed, you say. Why? I didn't even do anything to you, Pyria. You say, and probably a proper beating. Oh right, we stole her husband's bow. Probably a proper beating. I humbly plead that you delay your revenge. She turns from you and walks down the steps. Once you reach the bottom, she calls out, Bretia, I'll be but a minute. Aye, comes a voice. As you stand up, she passes you and motions for you to follow. Priya leads you up the stairs into the hall and to a door. She pulls a key from a pocket and locks the door. The two of you enter. Inside is a room similar to the others you have seen in the inn. A bed and a small table with a wash basin on it. And a barred window overlooks the street. Do you know what kind of trouble you landed me into? You say as she shuts the door. Right, you say with a sigh. Your man, the elf, you scratch your head, take a deep breath before asking, how is he? Alive, barely, which is probably the only reason he wasn't able to muster the strength to kill me, she says. He points at the bow strung on your back. Of course, he has been unable to put an arrow in my eye. Reaching back and massaging the bow, you say, you're welcome. Let me tell you, this bow has done a lot. Okay, we do have the bow. Let me tell you, this bow has done a lot of good since... Did you hear of the slaying of the monster of Thog? Lantern on the wall dims slightly for a moment. Period doesn't seem to notice. I heard there was some trouble at the Duke's castle. Some beast crawling about eating people. Well, you say as you unsling your bow. You take a seat on the bed. White lightning, you say, patting the bow. Hog's bane, you say, patting the hilt of your sword. And your man here, you announce as you point to your chest. Slew that beast you heard of. She harumphs and says, my man. That's what you call yourself, my man? Sure ran off in a hurry last I saw him. A regrettable last impression, you say. I much prefer the first impression we made on each other. One we both barely remember, she says, frowning. What do you say? Maybe we can try for something more memorable next time. Yet it was such a deep impression. Enough about the past, let me speak of the present. Maybe we can try for something more memorable now. Flirting failure. It's a failure, damn. Look, that was terrible, but still kind of adorable. Practice makes perfect. Seriously, maybe we can try for something more. Oh right, it's now. I didn't even read the now. I mean, I read it, but I didn't register it. Right now is not the time for this sort of stuff, but okay. Maybe you can try for something more memorable now, you say, patting the bed as you smile suggestively. Something more memorable, she repeats. So what you're saying is that it was not memorable. Seriously? You just can't please women. Seriously. But it was not memorable, alright? But the first time my character does not even remember it. A small nostrils flare. No, you say, I mean, it was memorable. You're the one who said that you couldn't remember. I wanted to fix that for... Just stop, she says, interrupting, your face turning red. Do you expect me to simply lie there for you in the bed because you feel like it? You shrug. No need to lie down. There are so many options for... Fool, she shouts again, cutting you off. No, I am the fool, aren't I? I am the one stupid enough to mix myself up with you. Bow your head. My apologies, you sigh. It's just that sometimes I think I am being amusing, but really I'm just being an ass. The last part was likely the only true thing you've said to me since you walked into this inn, she says, shaking her head to you. I've said other true things, you say. She rolls her eyes. Get on with it. Tell me of this favor you wish of me. Have you seen Kriya? You ask. Piria's lips thin. She's silent. You know, you would maybe know her as the witch, you say. I know about her, says Piria, crossing her arms in front of a chest. She is not here. No one has seen her for days. She is in the castle, I said before. She's definitely in the castle. Very well, you say with a sigh. I need to get into the room she was using. She gives you an incredulous look, yet says nothing. Have you been inside, you ask? No, says Piria. I knocked to see if someone had missed her coming in, and if she needed anything. No answer. Right, so I need to get inside the room, and quickly, you say. You expect me to allow you inside a tenant's room without their permission, says Piria. You better have a good reason. Consider this truth. There's the truth that she stole an amulet from you, and you want to see if it's in there. You could decide to hold off on blaming Kriya just yet and say that you simply left your necklace in there. You could say you're worried about Kriya, that you fear that she's under a dangerous magical trance. That's why she hasn't answered her door. Finally, you could tell her you will return the favor as you bounce your eyebrows. I highly doubt the last one will do the trick. I just had this feeling. The last time we entered someone's room in Wizard's Fantasy, their soul was crushed. Is Kriya's soul going to be crushed? Because I don't mind that idea all that much. I would rather do the crushing myself, but my character doesn't really know how to soul crush. So, you know, if someone else is doing soul crushing around here, Kriya's soul might have been crushed. I mean, I wouldn't be too be mad. I'm not going to be too mad about that. I'm like, oh no, Kriya, you died. Your soul's been crushed. I mean, yeah. No, I mean, I don't really mind. I don't really mind all that much, but okay. You're afraid for Kriya, offered to do her a favor. You left something in there. I think I'm gonna left something in there. That seems most plausible. I'd rather not blame her just yet. I was in her room the other night and I left something in there. You say, oh, I know you were in there. She says, putting her hand on her hip. People talk. Nothing romantic occurred, you say. I don't care. She says in a tone that says she does. Good, you say. Then you won't mind allowing me in to retrieve what is mine. She shakes her head. No, I will not betray my duty as the key steward just on the word of a thief. There is no need to use that word, you say. I took one thing, a bow that humorless wood elf would have shot some poor fool with. Maybe shot you. You know what I think? She asked, leaning towards you. You know what I think? She asked, leaning towards you. I think you're the sort of man, boy actually, that will tell any lie that pops into his head to get what he wants. She motions with her finger, making them walk through the air. And then she just rambles onto the next town with a... What? She rambles onto the next town? With a fake smile on her face? Oh, she's saying that. I was like the apostrophe ends there. No, it starts there. And then she just, then he just rambles on to the next town with a fake smile on his face. I'm a man, you shout. I appear young because I have good skin. All of my family is blessed with this, and I do my best to shade my face from the sun. And my smiles are never fake because we are all playthings for the gods. I try to laugh when I can. She shakes her head in disbelief. It's actually the lie that I have the biggest problem with. It's actually the lie that I have the biggest problem with. I see. You stammer, giving her a smile, a fake smile, you suppose. Very, very well. I'll tell you the truth on this. You take a breath. Truth is Kriya stole from me. Ha! She says with a huge, self-satisfied smile. So says the thief. Even if I believe that she stole from you, I wouldn't help you because you deserve to reap what you sow. She puts her hand on her hips, adding, and you're a liar. My morale is just going down. I lied because I knew you would mock my victimhood. I mean, if you were in 2020 and you go on Twitter, no one's gonna mock your victimhood. I will tell you that much. You say, wriggling your hands. She shakes her head, a satisfied smirk on her face. Well, I suppose you were right about that. Oh man. It's important, Pirya. My life, indeed many more lives might be at stake. She rolls her eyes. You fall to your knees. Please, please, I'm begging you now. You know me. I'm a proud man. I wouldn't beg if it was not important. She scoffs and shakes her head through those saddened. Please, Pirya, you say, I will owe you more than I already do. I'm not a money lender who keeps track of that. Can I just give her some money? I have literally a bag full of money. Can I just give her like a couple of gold coins or something and just get the goddamn key? At this point, just stand up and break the damn door, go in, search around, and just run out the fucking window or something. At this point, it doesn't matter how many enemies you make. It's pretty much everyone from the the outer ring to the inner ring knows you at this fucking point. By every good and bad thing. I'm not a money lender who keeps track of debts, she says. One debt is enough. Did I not give you... Really? You're gonna bring that up? Did you not say I was the best you had ever had? I will be generous again. Oh, you wish you could pay me with such currency, you say with a sneer. You may know something of a woman's body, but you're still a liar, and I could do better than a liar. You consider trying to pickpocketing her, but decide against it. You already told her you want the key. If her keys go missing, she will not forgive you. Pickpocketing will be your last resort. I will give you something you believe. You say, get off your knees, thrust your hand into your deep cloak pockets. There you deftly untie the leather sack and you feel inside for coins. Pull out 4 and put them in her hand. Her eyes widen as she stares down at her palm. Yeah, that's what I was saying from the start. Just bribe her. The king's denomination, you say. She bites her lip. I love the king's denomination. I really like that. We should also start calling our currency something like the prime minister's denomination or something. I don't know, but it sounds cool at least. She bites her lip and is silent. Finally she says, very well, you'll be given entrance, but I will watch you. Take nothing other than this supposed stolen necklace you speak of. Deal, you say, thrusting out her hand. I feel like it's going to go a little bit better next time I play this with the fucking best choices. Hopefully. I really want to know what the best choices is. I still think it was the good choice to leave the demon child at the Alathian temple. But anyhow, very well. A deal, you say, thrusting out her hand. She shakes it and you pull it up to your lips and give it a gentle kiss. Entrance is all I ask from a fine lady such as yourself. Oh, that's an innuendo. I like that. That's a fucking innuendo right there. You say, bouncing your eyebrows. Really? She lets out a groan, a sort of groaning chuckle as she rolls her eyes and turns to the door.